the demons that that you have within you? How do you wake up to the sense that, oh, this is beginning to plague me, I'm beginning to feel depressed?
Many people feel lost in our modern world. So if someone is really seeking to know themselves, what would you suggest they do?
Well, I think that is such an important question, and I would like to start out with that. I do see most of us are lost in the world, and I think that so many people are totally lost in the world because they have lost touch with themselves, with what really matters to them, what is true to them. You know, the media is pulling us out of ourselves. We always have to go out and find something out in the world. And we have lost touch with what is our truth. And how you get back in touch with that is, of course, to pause, to learn to stop, take a deep breath to help you come back into yourself, to find what is in there, what is really inside of me that I have left. And because I left it here, I go out in the world looking for it, hoping I'm going to find something that I'm denying inside of myself. And it doesn't work. It cannot work, because in reality, when you start going back inside of yourself, you start getting in touch with what's true, you find out you actually are already whole. So by denying something, it's like if you see yourself as a piece of paper and you tear off a part, because you don't like it about yourself, put it away, you walk out in the world not feeling whole. And what do you do when you don't feel whole? You want to feel whole. You start looking for it out there, and it's not going to work. So eventually we have to come back inside and find out, well, what is it in me that I have not met yet? What is it in me that I'm not listening to, that I'm not honoring? What's truly mattering to me? And then once we find that and start giving it to ourselves, we're not lost anymore. We were already found what we forgot. And then we walk out into the world whole. Then we can start giving to the world who we are, instead of trying to get something to fill ourselves up.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. It is. That was gorgeous. I love that. What more can you say? No, inside there's, it's also finding what is good and right and true for you as you go out, because sometimes you know it's there, and you step out and you just don't know things are coming at you. So just to meet it with every answer, every predicament, what is good, right, and true for yourself, and holding that within you, not for the world, because that's what we tend to do as women, is look out and see what's good, right, and true for everyone else, and we're focusing on that. But it's bringing it back within ourselves and answering that and embodying that inside. And then I think we've created so many layers: guilt, shame, blame, and to get past that and start from the inside and pull those layers off, and to understand ourselves a little bit more.
I feel also that it's really of knowing what you feel, because sometimes it's difficult to know what you feel. For me, anyway, to say, what is it I exactly feel here? And a lot of times when we're running from our feelings, or we're hiding from our feelings, we end up wearing masks. Some of those masks serve us for a period of time. Some don't serve us at all, and they end up hiding our true selves from the world, as if we have to become something that we are not in order to survive. I think then that might lead to feelings. It can lead to addictions, it can lead to anxiety, it can lead to depression, can lead to this whole sense of not being enough, or trying to find yourself through a relationship, or through shopping, or accumulation of items or things. And so I think a lot of it is looking at the demons that you have within you. How do you wake up to the sense that, oh, this is beginning to plague me, I'm beginning to feel depressed, I have anxious feelings, instead of shoving them down, letting them come up and feeling those feelings. You need to find someone to work with during those difficult times, a professional, a mentor, even talking to a friend to begin to become aware of those things that get in the way of knowing who you are. Because once you realize that the demons or the inside you, the things you don't like, the things that are painful, the ugly qualities that we all have, the anxieties, once you know that you can face them, and fear included, then you can move past them, but only when you feel them in their entirety and move forward.
You know, when I hear this question, I think about finding yourself. I only look on my own journey. I think that people in their 20s are particularly in that journey. They shouldn't expect it. They should already know themselves. There's actually some research on the brain that shows that the prefrontal cortex hasn't even fully developed till you're about 28 years old. And this is the capacity to self-reflect. Now, not everybody develops this, but it's the know thyself is the ability to know. One way of looking at it is, let's say I'm giving a talk to a group of people and everybody walks out, well, I feel like, oh, I did a bad job, as opposed to, oh, they just needed a break. You see, it's how we interpret things, and we take things so personally when we don't know ourselves. And it's like my wife sometimes disapproves of me, and I kind of go, oh, okay, thank you. Sometimes she's very disappointed that I don't feel bad, but I don't feel bad if I do something little. I just can't feel bad about little mistakes.
So clearly knowing yourself is something we all need some training on. It doesn't sound like it comes intuitively to us, but it sounds like with some skills, learning to be curious about yourself, what makes you happy, where your feelings are, you'll get to the heart of what's going on, and then you can blossom.